You felt the quiet panic when you replay a conversation, realizing the details don't quite align with what you remember. That subtle disorientation isn't random. It surfaces in the small hours, after the laptop lid clicks shut, when your mind tries to piece together yesterday's meeting, only to find the edges don't quite meet. This isn't just forgetfulness, or a sudden lapse in your own internal processing. This is the creeping suspicion that your own memory, your internal ledger of events, is slowly becoming unreliable, leading to a profound exhaustion you can't quite name. You begin to question your own certainty, your own grip on what actually happened, and the quiet fear that something is actively distorting your perception settles deep within. This isn't an accident. This is architecture. The initial phase of control rarely begins with overt, aggressive denial. It's far more insidious. Instead, it starts with a gentle questioning of your memory, often disguised as concern or a subtle misunderstanding. Are you sure that's exactly what I said? Or my notes reflect something slightly different. Perhaps you misremembered. These aren't challenges, they are seeds. They don't immediately contradict you. They just introduce a sliver of doubt, a tiny crack in the foundation of your recall. This isn't about proving you wrong. It's about making you wrong, making you review your own internal evidence with a new critical eye. And this soft, almost benevolent intervention is designed to disarm your first line of defense. This micro-erosion operates on a precise gradient. It doesn't happen once. It happens repeatedly, in minor interactions, across various touchpoints. Each small discrepancy, each gently questioned memory, builds on the last, gradually desensitizing you to these perceptual distortions. You become conditioned to self-doubt rather than to challenge the external narrative presented to you. Think of it like a gradual calibration shift. Your internal compass, once finely tuned, now accepts a few degrees of error as normal. You start to assume you must be the one who got it wrong, even when your gut screams otherwise. The system isn't trying to force you into compliance yet. It's simply making it easier for you to comply by eroding your capacity to resist. This slow bleed, over weeks and months, fundamentally alters your internal benchmark for truth. As these micro-interventions accumulate, your subconscious becomes a fertile ground for implanted doubts. The constant, gentle undermining of your memory creates an internal battlefield where your autonomy is subtly hijacked without a single direct confrontation. You're not consciously deciding to question yourself. Your deeper cognitive processes are being subtly reprogrammed to prioritize external validation over internal recall. It's a fundamental breach of trust, not with another person directly, but with your own cognitive sovereignty. You begin to second-guess yourself before any external agent even needs to intervene. This preemptive self-doubt means the system doesn't have to work as hard later. You're already doing much of the compliance programming for them. Your internal resistance is being quietly dismantled, brick by brick, from the inside out. Now, many believe true gaslighting is that stark, undeniable moment. The outright denial of a major event, like being told that meeting never happened, despite your clear memory. But that's a head fake. By the time those larger, overt denials occur, your internal operating system for truth validation is already severely compromised. The subtle, persistent erosion has done its work. Your mind has been conditioned to accept cognitive dissonance, to distrust its own data. This means that when a blatant lie or denial is presented, your default setting is no longer to challenge it, but to question yourself first. Compliance at this stage becomes almost automatic. You're not fighting a battle with clear lines. You're struggling against an internal ghost, a self-generated doubt that makes you an accomplice in your own mental reprogramming. The mechanism is complete. This manufactured unreliability isn't just an interpersonal tactic. It's a foundational dark psychology tactic deployed systemically. It's designed to widen the gap between those who navigate external reality with their faculties intact and those whose internal reality has been reprogrammed. Think of it as a controlled differential. When your memory is destabilized, your capacity for independent thought and action is severely curtailed. You become easier to manage, easier to direct, because your internal compass for right and wrong, true and false, is constantly being nudged off course. This creates an environment where dissent is not just punished, but psychologically disarmed before it can even form. The operator isn't just manipulating an event. They are manipulating your ability to even perceive the manipulation. They are building a separate reality and slowly, gently moving you into it. Recognizing this gradient of erosion is the first critical step toward reclaiming your mental architecture and identifying the extraction loop. It's not about suddenly remembering everything perfectly, but about seeing how your memory is being systematically undermined. This awareness alone acts as a circuit breaker, disarming the automatic self-doubt. You stop reflexively accepting the external narrative when your internal sense of truth whispers otherwise. This is the moment you begin to understand that the exhaustion isn't from working too hard, but from constantly fighting an unseen war for your own mental sovereignty. You are identifying the subtle levers of control, not just the dramatic outcomes. But mere recognition isn't enough. You need a concrete, actionable countermeasure to stabilize your core operating system. Your internal operating system, designed to integrate experience and form coherent narratives, has been weaponized against you. To rearm it, you must first create an external, unimpeachable ledger of truth. This is not about confrontation. It's about reestablishing your baseline. Every significant interaction, every spoken agreement, every detail that feels even slightly off, needs an objective, recorded counterpart. This isn't just about documenting for future arguments. It's about physically manifesting your reality outside the contested zone of your memory. This process begins to rebuild the neural pathways of certainty, shifting your reliance from a compromised internal system to a fortified external one. It's a tactical recalibration, a conscious act of mnemonic self-defense. Without this external anchor, you remain vulnerable to the ongoing, subtle reprogramming. This is where you install your external truth ledger, a non-negotiable record of interactions that fortifies your mnemonic sovereignty. Starting today, you become your own forensic archivist. Document the details, dates, times, specific statements, who was present, what was agreed. Do not rely solely on your memory. This ledger is your uncorrupted source code, your defense against manufactured compliance. It is the tactical framework that allows you to see the mechanism for what it is and to rebuild your internal operating system from a position of undeniable fact, rather than fading recollection. This is the first immediate architectural action you can take to reclaim control over your perception. But how precisely do you begin this forensic process, and what specific format gives this ledger its unbreakable authority? Do not rely solely on internal recall. This isn't about memory lapses. It's about targeted low-frequency interventions designed to destabilize your internal chronology. Your brain's operating system, built for integration and coherence, is being force-fed corrupted data. The external truth ledger acts as your independent hard drive. It's a forensic countermeasure. Without this external anchor, their micro-erasures continue unchecked, slowly carving away your certainty, segment by segment. This ledger is not a convenience. It is a tactical necessity to reestablish your baseline reality. To be effective, this ledger requires consistent protocols. First, the time-stamped protocol. Every entry must include exact date and time. Second, the verbatim protocol. Record specific phrases, quotes, and agreements as close to their original utterance as possible, not your interpretation. Third, the witness protocol. Note who was present, even if they were silent. This creates an unassailable data chain. Your goal is to build an objective record that stands independent of your internal state, a direct challenge to their manufactured ambiguity. This is how you fortify against the systematic erosion. This systematic logging exposes a crucial vulnerability. By the time outright gaslighting occurs, the stark, undeniable denial, like that meeting never happened, your internal operating system for truth validation is already severely compromised. The micro-erasures have done their work. You've been conditioned to doubt yourself. When the larger lie lands, it doesn't cause a system crash. It integrates seamlessly into your pre-existing self-doubt. Compliance becomes almost automatic, not through force, but through a deeply installed self-censure. The ledger provides the hard evidence to resist this internal override. This manufactured unreliability isn't merely an interpersonal conflict. It's a foundational dark psychology tactic, creating a widening gap. On one side are those who still navigate external reality, tethered to objective fact. On the other are those whose internal reality has been reprogrammed, their self-trust systematically undermined. They exist in a state of perpetual uncertainty, easily swayed, easily directed. This creates a deeply fractured environment where truth becomes a negotiable commodity, weaponized against those who lack an external anchor. The ledger is your anchor. Reclaiming your mental architecture begins with this act of externalization. The ledger isn't just about proving them wrong. It's about rebuilding your own self-trust, one verified interaction at a time. It allows you to retroactively identify the points of compromise and understand the pattern of the attack. You are not just recording data. You are re-establishing your mnemonic sovereignty. This isn't about anger. It's about cold, clinical data recovery. You are piecing back together your past, thereby securing your future against further manipulation. This is the architecture of an internal firewall. When you consistently log and verify, the emotional charge around their denials diminishes. You learn to recognize the pattern, not just the isolated event. Your internal operating system, once vulnerable, now has an external backup, a verified historical record. You are no longer reacting to their distortions. You are validating against your own established facts. This shifts you from a position of chronic self-doubt to one of informed, tactical certainty. You become the gatekeeper of your own reality. The extraction loop thrives on your manufactured unreliability. It needs you off balance, questioning your own experiences. The external truth ledger is the direct countermeasure, a non-negotiable step to exiting the machine's program. This isn't theoretical. It's immediate, actionable, and defensive. Your mnemonic sovereignty is not granted. It is claimed. Begin today. Document. Verify. Rearm.